What's going on? So I know you guys literally just probably watched the unboxing video on Wednesday, and this is Friday now. Probably like, well, how has it already been 2 months? Well, I actually ended up getting this laptop September 4th, and it is what is today? November 5th today, so it's actually been almost exactly 2 months, which is kind of crazy. So this video is going to be a 2 months in review, going over the pros, cons, what I like, what I don't like, especially going from somebody who's been HP specific. I also have an Android, so dealing with Android to Apple and all that, it's going to be my review. Also, I do have some things in here, like some accessories, all that good stuff, that if you are looking to get for your MacBook, or if you're looking for a MacBook, everything will be linked down below in the description. I do have affiliate links, so I will get part commission. It's not really a whole lot of anything, and actually right now I haven't even got a paycheck at all. I think I've made 84 cents as of right now, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, pros, cons, everything in between. Here we go. As you probably knew from the first video, this is the 16-inch MacBook M2 Max Pro. Is that everything? 16-inch. And another thing I'll also be kind of mentioning in here, I had the HP X360 before this laptop. Phenomenal laptop, but I do also kind of want to do comparison between what I had before to where I am now with the MacBook Pro. So let's get into the pros and cons. I feel like I have a pretty good list of what I'm going for and want to talk to you guys about. So starting with pros. Obviously, I'm sure you all can guess what the first pro is going to be. It's definitely by far the biggest difference that I've seen, and that is the processing power from this to where I was. Oh my gosh. So originally my old laptop didn't have a designated graphics card. It was actually an Intel Core processor or whatever. It wasn't horrible, but because it wasn't an actual graphics card, it actually, like, rendering and everything like that was really slow. Exporting was really slow. The processing power of the M2 Pro Max is insane. Like, and I know you've probably seen it in other videos as well, but it truly is night and day. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. And I guess my biggest thing when I was going into buying this laptop is like, okay, but how much of a difference will it actually make? I think before I was exporting about an 8-minute video, and it'd probably be, or rendering, it would probably take 30 minutes to render out an 8-minute video, just the raw footage, all that good stuff. And then if I threw in graphics, a little bit longer. Exporting would probably be about, I feel like it was almost longer. Like, it would almost be like 30 minutes to an hour for an 8-minute video, which is crazy. And it's all because I didn't have the graphics card. And then there were other times where, like, the video just wouldn't export at all because I didn't have a graphics card. So then I would have to turn on the, just the CPU and not even the graphics that it had, and so then that would take even longer. And so that's actually what forced me to get this laptop, and I spent literally 3 days trying to export a 15-minute video. It was one of the Korea videos, and I was just sick of it. I was like, this is ridiculous. I think it's time to upgrade. And so yeah, that's how I ended up getting this here. The processing power is incredible. For, let's just say, an 8-minute video, literally 4 minutes to render and probably about 10 minutes to export, if that. I can go to the bathroom, come back, and it's usually rendered. And I mean, I'm peeing. I'm not in there for number 2. I'm just gonna take a pee, wash my hands, come back, and it's dang near done already. So processing power is incredible. Going off of that, also the fan noise, like with my old laptop, you click render, shoot, you're just in editing, you're gonna have a fan, you're gonna have fan noise basically the whole time. So it wasn't super annoying. I'm not one of those people who gets really annoyed by it, but it definitely puts off a lot of heat. And then also I'm kind of worried about like the internals of the laptop too, because that sucker's getting hot. So that was the issue with my old laptop as well. This, if I have a big project and I'm usually, I want to say rendering, usually exporting, but sometimes rendering, the fan will kick on, but it's on for like that time that it's rendering or exporting, and then it's done. It's crazy. And it's not even that loud either. So another pro is the display. I would say it's incredible. I don't know, I think I want to say it's 4K, maybe 4K plus. I can't remember exactly what it is. And this is actually really comparable to my last laptop. My last laptop was OLED, 4K, all that good stuff. And it was a really good laptop. It looked great. This was not a downgrade by any means from my old laptop too. So that was a huge plus. Oh my gosh, this is something that I did not think would be what I was hoping would be. Okay, how do I put this? This is not something that I thought would be such a big thing, but it really is. I'm not doing the best. Anyways, battery life, guys. Holy smokes. Charging, battery, all that good stuff. So first off, as you saw in the unboxing, the charger is actually really small. I was really pumped for that. It's just gonna be way easier when I'm traveling, things like that. That was a huge plus, but also the charging time is wicked fast. Like, it is ridiculous. I want to say 30 minutes, and it's usually, I cut it off at 75%. There's an app you can get. I will try to remember to link that down below. But there's an app you can get where it cuts it off at like 75%. That way you can have a longer battery life, long term kind of thing. So anyways, it takes like 30 minutes, and it is crazy. It is so fast. And then also it lasts forever. So I can usually get about 2 to 2.5 hours of editing time before I even have to think. It might even be longer than that. Like, I don't have to worry about charging, which is crazy. Like with my last laptop, I edit for 30 minutes and then I have to plug it in. And the laptop wasn't even that old. It's like 3 years old. It blew me away, the fact that it charges up so quick and then it lasts forever. So this one's this one's more like a cool one. So with my old HP X360, I couldn't really get accessories or anything like that. Also, you can't really get a case except for like a carrying case, which was a huge bummer. You could do a skin, I guess, but I never ended up doing that. It is a 360, so it is it can fold into like a tablet, which is really cool. I really did like that aspect of it, but you can't really protect it the best. So that's where Apple has got them beat, because this was like 15 bucks on Amazon. Once again, link down below. But it is a hard shell cover, super nice. And then also, if I want to throw stickers on here, I can do that. I'm not a person to put it on like the metal, because I like keeping my laptops clean and pristine if possible. But with a case, I can just slap on stickers. I can do whatever the heck I want. And link down in the description. I'm sorry if I lied about the price, but I don't think it was more than 30 bucks. I'm pretty sure it was like 15 or 20, something like that. The other accessory that I ended up getting was actually a screen protector. I actually got a couple different screen protectors. This one here is glass. The first one I ended up getting was a anti-reflect, anti-glare one, and that was a mistake because it leaves all those weird particle looking things. And so then it takes away from the quality of the display, and so that really got on my nerves. So within a week, I had to order a new one. I didn't have to, but I was like, especially for editing, all that good stuff, I was like, no. So I got a glass one. This one was like 30 bucks, so it was more expensive. The first one was like 9 bucks, but it's kind of one of those things, you get what you pay for. So if you guys want an anti-glare 2-pack, 9 bucks, I guess I can link it. But this here, 30 bucks, it's only one, but it's awesome. You can't even tell that there's a screen protector on there. Super easy to install, all that good stuff. So yeah, accessories are huge, and I know that there's a lot more that I could do, but those are just the two basics I feel like were essentials that I needed. So hopefully if I do another update, I'll have more. We'll see. Oh, build quality is huge. So on my last laptop, there's a couple things. So when I shut the screen, it would actually rub on where it was shutting, and then that ended up leaving weird scratch marks on it because it already had an anti-glare glass, if that makes any sense. From fact, this is my old laptop. So this is my old laptop. Right up there, you guys can see it's actually rubbing. And I'm like, what the heck? So that was a huge bummer, especially because this display is so awesome. Like I said, like it really is a high quality display, looks great, but the build quality isn't there. And because it is a tablet type thing, I don't know. There's also like on the hinges, you can't really see, but there's actually some marks in there, like some dents. I'm like, what the heck? So kind of a bummer. This was also not a cheap laptop, and it just sucks that the build quality like that. But listen to this. This gets me every time. I love this. Like, listen. Again, here we go. Dude. And then also, check this out. Check this out. Ready? Now check this out. It takes so much more. You know, I know that sounds stupid. If you had a different laptop, if you have this on a desk, you literally have to hold down the bottom so that it can also flip up like that. And it's just the little things. The build quality is just different with Apple. It is so nice. Next up on the pros list, and this is actually the last one that I have right now that I can think of. If I think of more, I can always do another pros and cons, and then kind of maybe even do just an update. Where am I at with this? All the ports. So I have 2 USB-Cs. On this side, I have a headphone jack and then the charging port as well, which I believe you can also do USB-C charging, which is kind of cool. So it gives you more options. The fans back here, like I said, rarely come on. Then you have, and I believe this is with the Maxes and the 16 inches is where you get all these ports. I think with the smaller ones you don't get as many, so that's another huge pro to having this 16-inch M2 Max. So then you have the HDMI, another USB-C, and then a SD card slot as well. So super convenient, especially for video creation, all that good stuff. All your ports, all your essentials are here. And it's also really nice because, so storage is also kind of a pro and con, but like I said, with having all these USB-C ports, and it also works for USB, but because I have all these USB-C ports, I can just throw in my SSD on the side, wherever, and I still have more ports that I could use. So it's really convenient having all those ports, all that good stuff. And then if I did have an external monitor, the HDMI port would be super handy. But yeah, so that is the pros, guys. I know it's kind of a long list, but there's a lot of great stuff that I got out of this. There's some cons here that I want to tell you about, and this is kind of real. All right, so cons: the Apple Cloud. I think it's a joke, and I'll tell you why. Within the first week, within the first week, I was transferring everything from my old laptop here to my new laptop, and I ended up running out of storage. And you want to know why? You want to know why that happened? Because Apple Cloud, it was duplicating all my files that I had downloaded here, which was about 500 gigabytes, and I have a terabyte on this piece. And when you duplicate it, guess what that does? It doubles the storage, obviously. So then 1 terabyte was being taken up, and I was like, what the frick? It's only been 2 days. Like, I'm trying to edit, I'm trying to do this and that. Turns out Apple Cloud, when you're setting it up, there's an option to either accept Apple Cloud or not accept it. I didn't know that. I'm a new Apple guy with laptops, so I was like, what the frick? Anyways, found that out. Turns out there's YouTube channels that will explain like how to fix that issue. And honestly, I was really scared I'd lose all my files. But anyways, went through a little process. I was able to shut down the cloud and actually delete it from happening, and I was able to retrieve all my files. The only thing is I think I had to re-download them or something weird. Or no, they had already been stored somewhere, so then I had to just download them from where they were stored on the laptop back to my document section in the laptop. I was pretty mad. I was like, that's ridiculous. So that was a huge bummer. I don't know why Apple Cloud does that. I get for obviously having a backup, things like that, but it's almost like it's forcing you to pay for the extra storage, especially as a content creator. So that was kind of my beef with it. I was like, all right, play your game. No, well, actually, yeah. So I ended up paying $2.99 for an extra 100 gigabytes, and then I keep getting these reminders, you're almost out of your 100 gigabytes. I'm like, what the frick? So yeah, if you get a new laptop, Apple, if you want that, great, leave it be. But if you're setting it up and you don't want that, make sure you disable it or watch a YouTube video on how to do that, because I can't remember. I'm really sorry, guys, but I watched a couple different videos on how to do that. Going off of storage still, I know I have a terabyte here, but that still, with all the rendering and everything, fills up pretty quick. So I highly recommend having an SSD. I have a 2 terabyte SSD that I've been using. And I guess just like everybody, you know, you always want more. So if I were to do it different, I would love to have more storage in the laptop. But of course, with Apple, you're going to be basically cutting off your pinky toe and selling that on the black market or something in order to do that. So I don't like that aspect of it. Or you can always just go get some SSD cards or SSD drives, which are also not cheap, by the way, but it's an option. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. Even with a terabyte, I find myself losing space. This is by far the biggest con that I'm going to talk about right now, and that is the Android to Apple. I, once again, am an Android person. I really like the Samsung Galaxy 23 Ultra. It's what I've had for about a year, and before that I had the 22. Before that I had the Note Plus, blah, blah. I don't know. It's been crazy. So the transforming from that to this is not good at all, and it's kind of one of those things where Apple forces you into their ecosystem of like having an iPad, having an iPhone, so that it can all be in sync. And I love that idea. I think it's genius, but it makes it really hard for somebody with an Android to actually come in and start transferring files. So what I've found myself doing is going to the Google Drive, having it on here, and then just uploading my videos that way. It's not nearly as convenient as it would be to AirDrop or anything like that, but it's worked for me so far. The other thing I'll do is I'll just connect the SSD drive to my phone, download the videos that I need, and then that's way quicker than going through the Google Drive. Heads up to you, it is not easy. I tried doing those transferring apps, all that good stuff, but you have to pay a premium price for that. You have to pay like a monthly thing, or you can get a free version, but you're only limited a certain amount of things. It is such a pain. The other thing, this isn't a con, but this is going off of the Google thing. There is a, hold on, a thing that you can add in here called apps for Google. Where's that? It is right. It's a little flower looking thing. It's called apps for Google, but then this happens, which is really cool. Sorry. Oh my gosh, that my ring light is not doing me favors right now. But yeah, so it has all your drives, your Gmails, all that good stuff. So it's really cool. Google Docs. So it's basically the Google ecosystem then put onto your Mac, which is really convenient. You can also get your text messages. Like I know with an iPhone to a Mac, you can like text from your Mac. You can do all this and that, blah, blah, blah. But this allows me to like see my messages come up through Google. I'm using Google Text, or I believe it's called Google Text, on my phone. So then it pops up on here too if I'm editing and I'm getting messages, blah, blah, blah. So pretty cool how that works. So if you guys are an Android user working with Mac, you do have options out there. So it's pretty cool. Another huge con that probably is steering you away, it definitely was steering me away for a long time and almost continued to, is how expensive this is. Like, they are not cheap at all. And like I said in the first unboxing, like, I can't believe that a refurbished from Apple was almost as expensive as this, and it was a 14-inch, and it just, I was like, what the heck? Anyways, it's very expensive, guys, and I wish that they weren't so expensive, but at the same time, it's kind of, you get what you pay for. It's really high quality. It really is next level. Another con that I kind of just thought of recently is how heavy it is. Like, it's definitely heavier than my other one, which is also a 16-inch, but it is just hefty. And so that might, I guess, steer some of you guys away. I personally don't mind. I think I love how solid it feels, and then I also love just having that bigger display of the 16-inch. But it's heavy. The last con I'm going to bring up right now is it's not a touchscreen. You know, I got really used to this, and honestly, I wouldn't even use touchscreen that much, but it was really convenient. Like, I don't know, for scrolling or like exiting things, like I kind of did both, like where it just kind of became natural to edit, and then like if I had to close a window, I'd use my hand, and it was just kind of seamless in that aspect. So that was really cool with having this. Like, it really was like, just, I don't know, it's cool because it's a tablet and a laptop kind of thing. So yeah, it was unique. Where this, obviously not touchscreen. So final thoughts, 2 months in, do I regret buying this laptop? No, not at all. I actually love this laptop. Like, I really thoroughly enjoyed this laptop when I got it. Like, I was really pumped for it, but it almost didn't live up to the hype that I made it out to be in my mind, kind of thing. Where this actually surpassed all my hopes and dreams. So if you guys are on the fence, you guys are thinking about it, if you guys are even Android users like me, do it. Hope you guys got some good feedback out of this video. I know that it was hopefully not too much of everywhere, but I try to keep it concise a little bit. I don't normally do reviews like this, but I definitely wanted to talk about it because I truly do appreciate this laptop a lot, and I hope that you guys, if you guys are even thinking about it, link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one. Okay.